wow. Yes. Hi. I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood noob. And of course, welcome back to Friendly Designs, the designing TV show, talk show, hosted by me to give you advice on designing. Of course, you don't have to take that advice. We're just here to help as much as we possibly can. Guidance in a way. And today, we're going to be talking about fences and walls, because sometimes fences and walls are very important. And by fences, I mean like, actually made fences, not the fence pieces that you can make, with some sticks and stuff. No. We're not that simple here. We're not simple at all. We like our designs to be extravagant and over the top. That's a lie. But today we are going to be talking about fences and walls, because obviously your base needs to be protected. Super protected. So gosh damn protected that no zombie can ever get in. And you want to be able to do that with the perfect look. So beautiful and fun. And sometimes it's hard to think of something, or even hard to put stuff together, especially with something that you don't use all the time. Because personally, I don't use fences a lot, or walls. I just don't. Which is probably not a great thing. But of course, we're here to help you. And if you'd like more help, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Don't forget to eat spaghetti. And we're going to get into it by going to Friendly on the Fields. Isn't that right, Friendly? Oh, I do love horns, don't you? They're just so much fun. Bring so much musical and life. I've heard they have like a ridiculous amount of horns. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. We're back. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about walls. Well, walls and fences. I mean, you guys know about fence pieces, but what about if you want a bigger fence? And as you can see behind me, we have some options. I always like to bring 3 options, 3 different options with 3 different styles, just to kind of give you something. But this time I tried to do an in-between kind of thing. Now, when it comes to walls and fences, I know they're mainly used to keep those pesky zombies out. And those goddamn skeletons. I swear, sometimes I just want to go up to them and make sure that they... And then I wanted to really beat them into the ground. Oh, sorry. That was a bit rude. I probably shouldn't have said that very bad swear word. But it's true. Sometimes you just want to keep creatures out. And sometimes you want to take that extra step. Make sure it keeps them out. And make sure it's pretty. Now, I know. Not all these are going to work, because there are crazy people on anarchy servers that like to use flint and steel to burn your houses down. Especially your walls. And that's going to be unfortunate, especially because most of these have wood in them. Yeah. I'm very sorry about that, but it's true. You have to find something that works for you. As I always say, it is your build, and you have to do it the way you want to do it. Personally, I like to build something that connects to my actual build. I look at what I'm using in my build, say I'm using some deep slate and some stone, and then I will start using that in my bridge, or in my walls, or in my towers, and I'll just kind of blend it all. And sometimes it's really cool. Sometimes you can add other aspects. You can bring in, say, some spruce logs into it to add a little bit extra to have its own personality, or you can add a lot of detail, because we love details here. We love them so much. Oh no! I left my crafting bench down there, but I don't want to jump down. I'm gonna die. Oh, this isn't fair. Huh? Who's that?
Let me do it for you.
Who are you?
Let me do it for you.
Okay. Cool. Oh, thanks. When will I see you again? Where'd he go? First up is a design that I used recently when I was building the spawn for Season 8 of Fallen Tales. I used this one. I did end up putting spikes on the top of it, but I just did that for a little detail. I thought it was fun. But I've seen this quite often in many Minecraft YouTubers, actually, especially in their shorter series when it's not about, making this beautiful grand thing. Sometimes when you're doing smaller bases, or you're even just doing little villages, this style is really popular. I like it. I like this idea of putting spruce and then dark and making these like levels up and down and making a jagged kind of thing, because this was commonly used. It was actually very commonly used in the past. And of course it was used with pikes that have spikes on the top, but of course you can't really turn these into spikes. You can use stalagmites. I don't know if they go here. Would they sit on top of those? I have to try that one day. But in all honesty, this is very common in the olden days. So when you're doing those sorts of builds, why not use them? I also like using 2 different types of woods. As I said, I use the spruce and dark oak because it just gives it a bit more variety. You can use any colors you want. You can either not use these materials, use different materials. I just feel it looks more natural with these. And this is kind of something that's very simple to put together. You just have to cut down trees. There's no grinding. Really? There's no, like, you don't grind anything down. Although grinding of trees, it's technically. But there's no going into the mines. Just cut down some trees and put them up. This is the perfect way to keep everything out. The only problem is you may not keep players out. Because players like flint and steel and things that burn things. I know a few friendlies that have, that do love to burn things down and are a bit of an arsonist in their, brains. So, if I have to watch out for them, you probably have to watch out for your friends. Just keep that in mind. You might need some water just outside of it, just like a little water moat underneath. That's always preferable. Next up is our splash of color. Now, when I made this, I was thinking more like an ocean city that has like a castle, and this is theirs, or something like Atlantis, maybe. Although I think prismarine or white, maybe terracotta, some concrete might work. But honestly, I just wanted something that looked easy to make and you could use in pretty much any ocean, sort of by the coast, by the beach, anything like that. Also, I just like blue. I know this is more of like an aqua or teal, but I do like blue. And green. Green is great too. But yeah, as you can see, I mainly use stone bricks and the wood you can actually find in the nether. And yes, that might not be the easiest thing to grab, but for me, it's you just jump in there, find the biome, and cut down some trees. I'm acting as if cutting down trees is so simple, as if it doesn't take hours upon hours. I mean, you can make a tree farm, but even then, your brain will slowly erode. What I like to do is I like to create arches, so it's like archways, because a lot of walls, a lot of like those, even bridges have a lot of archways, and I like to make them. But the difference between a bridge and a wall is I like to make them smaller, because you don't need as much space between them. Think of them as like entryways. Imagine if you could walk through here, how big it would have to be. Also, I like having things sticking out from it. This is a very popular thing in most medieval builds, is to have things sticking out. Especially when it comes to lighting. You don't want lighting to be too close to each other, so the more distance you can have while it's still lighting up the area is perfect. And I like having this because it does mean that it will be stretched out at least another 2 blocks each. The only thing I'll say about this is, yes, it is a simple design. It is, you could use different colors, different materials, sure. Instead of using the stone on these jotty out bits, you could use some deep slate or some prismarine. But I just wanted to show you what you could do. Just think about this and then go take your own color palette and smack it in. Who knows, you might use some acacia or some jungle logs right here. Just strip them down and make that pop of color come through. Or maybe some nether brick. Nether brick would look nice. Just put that nether brick in there and have it pop through. I like it.
Oh, hello there. I was just wandering this beautiful forest.
Hi?
Wondering what mob you will choose.
Mob?
Exactly.
What mob?
Why don't you take a look and choose one?
Can you tell me what they do?
No.
Can you give me where they spawn?
No.
Can you tell me anything?
No. Now choose.
I'll drag you to the pits of hell.
Last but not least, we come to the tallest of the boys, and I have put a little bit more design into this one. I have taken the materials from this one and the kind of style from this one and smashed it together to make something you'd probably see a little bit more. This vibe was more of a city. This was like a stronghold, trying to keep the nasty, nasty illagers out. Pillagers? Illagers? I call them both, to be honest. But as you can see, I used an array of different woods. We have the spruce, we have the dark oak, and we have the... Oh, wait, that's spruce as well. I really need to get more wood samples, I swear to God. I could have put anything there, but my brain was going spruce on spruce on spruce on spruce. We also have the stone bricks again with the cobblestone. I thought the cobblestone would poke through. I like the cobblestone. I think it looks a little rocky. It's like they piled up rocks behind it. And especially if this is the outside, looking in, it's a lot nicer. But you could also put like maybe a fence or some iron bars that would look kind of cool. Except the next part would then have to be another layer of stone bricks. So if you are going to do that, make sure you have 2 layers. Don't just make a fence behind this entire thing. It won't look good. We also have a fence up the top, the same as this one. And I did try to make the little indents of detail there as well. As I said, this is more of detail than the other ones, but it does not mean, and I re-quote that, it does not mean that you have to do this. Okay? If you like this one more, and if you like that one, or if you just want a simple wall, that's fine. Do what makes you feel comfortable. I'm only here to guide you and help you and give you some advice. Things that I have learned by watching YouTube videos, by talking to my friends who are big ass builders, and by just looking at Instagram photos, Pinterest, that kind of stuff. This is what I found, and I kind of like these. Now, I will say, if I was to improve upon this, I'd definitely put a few more of these stair pieces, or like have it going all the way around. Maybe have some sort of highlight, whether it be maybe some lapis block or redstone, depending on what kind of colors represent my kingdom. And maybe even having levels, like one going a bit higher and one going a bit lower, depending if there was a staircase that went up. It's really a lot you can work with. You can keep going higher and higher with the arches if you wanted to make like a staircase going up there. It's really up to you. And don't forget, you have the creative freedom. This has been Fences and Walls, and I hope you've learned something, or at least gotten ideas. Like, that's all I'm here to do. Help you with ideas, inspiration, help you out. Because I get stuck on things too, especially when it comes to walls. I just look at it for hours and go, no, not that one. No, not that one. And I end up knocking down quite a few of them. Once you make your build, say a castle, and then you're trying to build walls off it, oh god. It is so annoying, because once you build the castle, you can't plan the space around it, can you? You have to build the wall around the castle design. It's a whole nightmare. But of course, I'm sure Friendly on the Studio understands that. Don't you, Friendly in the Studio? Friendly in the Studio? Friendly in the Studio? Hello? Hello?
Oh, I do love to build a wall between me and Friendly on the Fields. It keeps me safe from his Frandenism. He's a bit, crazy. You know, once he even wanted to go to lunch. I said no. There was no way in hell. Anyway, we have come to the end of the episode, guys. We've come to the end. We've come to the end of the episode. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And we had this wonderful audience. Weren't they wonderful, guys? Aren't they just the best? I think they're perfect. But until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood noob. I have been friendly in the studio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with all your friends. Don't forget to eat spaghetti. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, so long, farewell. I'll throw one of those white handkerchiefs down from the top of the tower or a wall, just like those princesses do. Don't forget to catch it. Bye.